And if you now, I've learned this. I've thought the thought for several years, but now I'm doing it. 1 minute, 10 seconds, 41. No, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 45 seconds. That's the cutoff point. Sometimes it's hard to just by listening. Are they in the half pint now? Was this? I mean, because there is no distinct transition there, and finding that 1 second where you should cut. Sometimes it takes a while.
So now you've really blurred the lines. Is this the end of the main episode, or is this in the half pint?
Exactly.
Is this some kind of Tarantino cut? Is this Pulp Fiction half pint podcasts?
Yes, the half pint's coming out before the main episode.
It would have been fun doing that, but making a Tarantino edit, that's gonna take a lot of hours in editing to make it work.
I've had that on my random thoughts for YouTube list for at least 3 years, and every time I looked at it, I felt, oh, that looks like a lot of work. It could be great, it could be terrible.
Because I'm not sure, of course, I'm just going off the top of my head here again, but I think that Quentin actually have the script written that way, so we know that it works. It's not like, I have written a script for a perfectly normal A to Z movie, and then in edit I'm gonna make it like in retrospect and cut and slice and dice. I don't think that's how it works. But I've been wrong before. I've been wrong before.
Sometimes they remake the movies in the cutting room, and I guess sometimes we do as well as YouTube makers. But yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I think it's better to actually plan it from the get-go.
Yeah.
Follow-up question from last week then. For you, KJ, did you watch the Alien assembly cut?
Nope. I did not. One, I haven't had time to watch a full-length movie. Two, it's buried in the big box of DVDs under the stairs. That's really hard to get to.
Where no one ever goes.
Only when I really, really need something.
Right, well, that's the line closed on this particular segment of the half pint. Someone else.
The Alien segment.
Yeah. We will never know, will we? No. Move along. Move along.
Give it 3 to 5 years.
Now, this might be a bit of a stretch. In the main episode, we talked about baked beans on toast, and somewhere in there, I think Phil mentioned Yorkshire. That is, of course, a word I have on my set lists, but we never got around to it, so I'm segueing into it now. I also realized that Yorkshire tea is not from Yorkshire, if I'm correctly. Again, haven't checked this. Is it? No.
They very much are. They're based in Harrogate, which is definitely in Yorkshire.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
I mean, they don't grow the tea in Yorkshire. They grow the tea in India or China.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But they blend it in Yorkshire.
I mean, the company, but yeah, it's not tea from Yorkshire in any, but I'm guessing none of the teas are. You don't have huge tea crops in Britain.
No, there's not known for our tea plantations now.
No.
But to be perfectly honest, I don't know what Yorkshire is. I mean, is it a town? Is it a county?
It's a county.
It could be just a little farm somewhere. It could be half the country. I have no idea. I don't know the names of stuff. Everything is midsummer for me in the UK.
Yorkshire is a large county. It is made up of. It is made out of the North Riding, the West Riding, I'm sure the East Riding.
No, you're just making stuff up.
No, I'm not making stuff up. And then there's South Yorkshire as well, and it is all under the unitary area of Yorkshire, God's own country. People from Yorkshire will love to tell you that they're from Yorkshire, and everybody who isn't from Yorkshire is wrong.
No offense, but isn't that in most places in the UK?
Yes.
For the few people I've talked to, it sounds like in the deep down, everyone is kind of like that about their own place.
No, there's no North Riding. Is there a North Riding, or is it just North Yorkshire? We'll need to speak.
Don't ask me.
We'll have to speak to Tim, and hopefully Tim is listening to this episode, and he will tell me precisely what I've got wrong and what I've got right, which is probably very little.
I think, but I did.
Yorkshire is a large county in the northeast of the UK.
I need to Google that, but I won't. So, but someone said that most people in Britain are proud of the places where they reside or come from, except, and I don't remember what this, but there was one specific place that nobody wants to be from there. Not even the people who were born there would acknowledge that they're from there. But I don't remember where it was. It's probably like a sub something out of London. I'm not sure.
Could be so many places, but I'm not going to put myself on any kind of kill list by singling anyone out.
No, you're within the range of a longbow, so you better sit quietly in the boat and say nothing.
What I will do, I've just written it down on my notes. Yorkshire Tea have done a series of how to brew cups of tea at work. They're like health and safety videos.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah, they are fantastic. They are just wonderful.
Yeah, but Yorkshire is just the Yorkshireman sketch and the tea for me. That's all Yorkshire is. But Haavard, why did you bring that up? You tried to segue and then we derailed your segue off a cliff.
It's okay, I guess, because it's not even that interesting. But Yorkshire tea, for some reason, and I think Colin Firth is the main motor there, but it's become the tea of the maker community, obviously. So I just made a fun skit where I filled my hardware store with some Yorkshire tea and put it out as a reel. And yesterday I got a DM from Yorkshire tea, like, we loved your bet. Could we share it if that's okay with you? And if this is actually your video and you just haven't stolen it from anyone or something, yeah, you use it. It is mine, good or bad. It's homegrown, like your tea, except it's not homegrown, is it? So, but yeah, it's fun. Getting a reach out from a brand that you actually like. It's yeah. So we'll see if they share the reel or not. At least they've gotten permission.
Yorkshire tea is a good tea. Is it as good as Miles tea from Dorset?
I'm not sure.
Let there be a fight.
I have never tried it, so I can't talk about it.
Yeah, and then you have this English breakfast tea brand as well that I see there. It's a lot of around.
Well, English breakfast is just a blend.
That is a blend, isn't it?
No. It's I've seen it. It's in all the hotels and stores. That's a
blend.
No, that's a brand. Sure it is. Yeah.
Lots of people make an English breakfast tea.
Yeah. Well, I'm an Earl Grey guy myself, so.
I've just got a selection box of Twining Earl Greys, and some of them are very nice. There's regular Earl Grey. There's strong Earl Grey, which is what it sounds like. Some Lady Grey, which is also very pleasant.
That sounds wrong, though, doesn't it?
No.
Lady Grey.
Lady Grey. It's a thing. But then they did vanilla Earl Grey and lavender Earl Grey, and they are absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry if there's any representatives from the Twining Corporation listening, but no, just don't.
I have drunken Twinings Earl Grey standard for I'm closing into 40 years now, so I can say what I want about that brand. And that's the loose leaf tea I drink. Or but their bag, I don't like their bags. They are too meek, I think. So there, I'm a Lipton instead.
Yeah, I think the Twinings, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that was one of maybe two brands you could get in Norway for, yeah, the
Yeah.
entire lifetime, which means that when I got to the age where I could actually travel and see other countries, I realized, oh, there are different teas out there. God damn it, this is heavenly. And now, of course, people have discovered that there are more than two brands of tea and coffee in Norway. So we've started importing. So now you can actually get, for instance, Yorkshire tea in some specialist stores in Norway. So, yeah.
Well, if you can get Yorkshire tea, then you can definitely get baked beans.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of baked beans, and to double back to that, I buy the cheapest one because it's good enough for what I use it for. So
Happy days.
Yeah. Next time I'm in the store, I'm gonna do a baked bean special and show you what we have to work with.
I think it's Beau Miles, our Australian friend. Although I haven't spoken to him, but anyhow, he did
You're a friend of him, at least.
yes. He did an entire episode. He was it an entire week where all his meals were just baked beans, and he was doing a marathon run as well during that week. So all breakfast and everything. And when he went for a run, he had like 10 boxes of baked beans, various kinds, in his backpack. And then that's when I realized that I did not know there were so many kinds of baked beans. So then, of course, the next time I went to the store, and yeah, lo and behold, there is a lot of different varieties of baked beans.
Yeah, and you can get curried beans. You can get curried beans with you could get beans with sausages in the can as well. But sausages is a bit of a stretch. It's basically tubes of everything but the teeth.
Yeah.
But just to very quickly digress back to Twinings, they used to do this blend over here. They did a series of blends, and there's one that was called Number 4, and it was called Dark Grey, and it was Earl Grey with extra lapsang souchong on it, so it was a bit smoky, and it was absolutely delicious. And I absolutely lived on that stuff until they stopped making it. And then when they stopped making it, there was absolute uproar because they said it just wasn't popular enough. And then I remember looking on Twitter, because I was still on Twitter at the time, because this was some years ago, and just the whole thread was just like, what do you mean it wasn't popular? Look at all the people here who are absolutely up in arms that you don't sell it anymore. But yeah, no, it was a single batch, a massive batch blend. It's never coming back.
Yeah.
We can only have our memories.
So how many have tried to make their own?
Well, there's another tea place. I can't remember what it's called. And they did a sort of kind of similar blend, which was a Russian blend of Earl Grey, which has got a name, and I will Google it in a second. And it was close, but it was not the same.
There should be a rule that if you make something and
make
then
it forever.
Yes, or if you're discontinuing it, you need to publicly make the recipe available so that someone else can make it themselves. We had a lot of instances in Norway where we have two large candy manufacturers, and at some point they're discontinuing some old classic candy, and there is an uproar, and people they're signing petitions and whatnot. And yes, it's 10,000 people who said that they want this thing, but the numbers shows that these 10,000 people, they don't buy them. They just like
Yeah.
to have the possibility to buy them, but they don't buy them, and that's not a valid business model. And I think it was a local co-op owner who he closed his store, and it was an uproar. This is our local store, and you're closing. And yes, because people need to use it for it to be around. Because you can't just buy one carton of milk because you forgot it when you drove 4 kilometers into the big town to do all your shopping there. You have to use the store for it to maintain. But people don't seem to. They would like the possibility, but they don't use it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Sometimes I actually I feel obliged to go into my local hardware store that is more of a proper hardware store than just the big ones. Just to buy something. Now it was a threaded rod I bought there. That felt good to actually not go to the big places, but a small.
It's Whittard's is the tea blending emporium. I'm just trying to find the blend. Is it Russian Imperial? Russian Imperial Earl Grey, maybe. No, here we go. Russian Caravan.
Never heard of it.
not the best name today, but
Well,
No, it gives some
yeah,
not the best taste in your
it,
mouth.
it's a very old blend. Let's see what it is. Famous Russian caravan takes its name from camel-drawn caravans which travelled ancient trade routes through Russia. Blah blah blah. We have been blending this blend since 1919. Loose leaf blend, Assam, Lapsang Souchon, Fujian. Yeah.
It's a tea name drop.
Yep.
I mean, it
I'll,
is.
I'll put it in the show notes for anyone who wants to try some. It's okay, but it's not as good as dark grey.
Dark grey does sound good. I mean, I like my tea blacker than the blackest black times infinity. So
Oh yeah, this is just amazing. It was the best tea. Absolutely loved it.
I mean, it's probably so. And I remember, and this is 20 years ago, so it's when we only had Twinings Earl Grey. Um, my English teacher's husband, he was British, and of course moved to Norway and found it appalling that we did not have proper tea. So whenever he made a cup, he always put 2 bags in, because that was the minimum you needed to get like any sensation of tingly senses in your mouth, or how I describe it. So, yeah. But Russian Caravan, I would like to. There is a proper tea shop in Oslo that sells all kinds of stuff. So yeah,
yeah, as long as it's not fruit or berry flavored, I'm for it.
yeah.
I'm to try it.
Yeah, I always like. Have you ever heard of a very old British TV show called The Prisoner?
It rings a bell, but
It rings a bell, but I don't.
Yeah,
Nothing more than that.
it was a bloke. It's a bloke. He wakes up one day and he's living in this weird village, and there's a weather balloon that chases him off the beach, etc.
Okay.
He wakes up there. He doesn't know why he's there, but he knows that he is number 6, and he answers to number 1.
Oh, it's from the Iron Maiden song.
Yeah, probably. But there's a.
I am not a number. I'm a free
I'm a free man. Yeah.
Yes, I know. That's where I know it from.
Yeah. In an episode of that, he's making a pot of tea, and the lady who's making a pot of tea has poisoned the cup, the teapot, and he's cottoned on to the fact that the teapot is poisoned. So he chucks that away, and he says, "Here's how to make a proper pot of tea." And I always prescribe this method when making a pot of tea. Is when you take your spoons, one for me, one for thee, one for the pot, and one for luck.
I want for luck as well.
Yeah. So you have a good, proper, strong cup of tea.
Yeah, It sounds like my ratio of tea.
Yeah, 2 people, 4 spoonfuls. So thank you for tuning into the Tea Drinkers podcast.
Dark tea time for the soul.
And
Yep.
it is fortunate though. I mean, it's like the stars are aligning here because I would say the last year, I have ventured even more into the rabbit hole that is coffee making. So of course, I started grinding my own coffee, and by doing so, realized that every other coffee is rubbish. So I can't really. I'm sitting at the office now, and I can barely drink the coffee that they have there. If we're going out driving, like this weekend when we went to the wedding in Denmark, it's like, no, I'm just waiting until I get home to drink coffee because this is rubbish. Now, of course, I have a thermos, so on the trip down I could bring, but at one point we run out. But this weekend we got to test my new tent. And in doing so, of course, I need to bring a lot of the camping equipment. And lo and behold, a few years ago, I got my wife a jet boil. And because we're just going on a small trip, I just brought that one because we just need water for coffee in the morning. And that's so effective. And of course, at my birthday present this year, my wife got me a Yeti slow drip coffee filter holder. So I don't need to grind my own coffee for every cup. I can just bring a bag of pre-ground coffee and just make a slow drip cup. And for anyone who wants to know what this is all about, you can go and watch Phil's video about the coffee making kit. That's very much the mental and physical space I am at now when it comes to coffee, and it's very easy to venture into the tea realm as well. It's a lot of the same equipment, at least when you are doing loose tea. So yeah, I'm gonna get some Russian Caravan to bring on me on my next voyage, and I realized that I need to bump that project up my list because I think that Jetboil now needs to live in my car. It's living usually in a crate up in the attic among all the camping equipment, but I do a lot of driving and coffee drinking outside camping, basically. So I need a box to put it in, to also put some coffee paraphernalia in, so I can just stop wherever I need to make myself a cup of coffee. I guess that's a good thing.
A pour over's great. Have you thought about an AeroPress? Have you got an AeroPress?
No, the wife has, but I have another kind of press, which also works great. But it is something about pouring the water and then seeing that lake of deliciousness going through the filter, and so yeah, it's.
Yeah, well, on my last Woodland Wander, I failed to prop open one of the little arms properly, and unfortunately, there was a small collapse, and a large quantity of coffee went everywhere.
No.
I know. I mean, I managed to save it. I managed to get a small cup of coffee out of it, but there was some cleanup operations to be done as well.
I have just waited for everything to go down into the cup, and I have refiltered it because I did not have the option of making a new cup because I was on the last batch of coffee grounds. So yeah. Or you could just drink your coffee with coffee grounds, like my grandparents did. I mean, they had the old kettle on the stove, and they put the coffee grounds in, and
Yeah.
why filter it? You just pour it in the cup, and if there's a bit of a chewy resistance to it, it's all good.
Well, there's cowboy coffee, isn't it? You boil it with salt, and then well, no, apparently if you put just like a tiny little bit of grain of salt in it, it takes out the bitterness of the coffee if you've boiled
I've
it.
heard that.
And then you have it on the boil, then you pour it in, and then you just pour a little bit of cold water on it, and the cold water drags the coffee grinds down to the bottom of the pot. So when you pour it out, it's perfectly clear. Allegedly. Never
That's how
tried it.
my parents do it. They boil it on the stove because they're old and won't change their ways. So it's some clearing water, they call it, to pour it in. And then you just have to be careful and not pour the last bit of the pot, because that's just
That's what the good stuff is. Yeah.
Or there's cracking an egg into the coffee pot as well, so it catches all the.
That sounds gross.
A coffee poached egg.
Yeah, you crack an egg into your boiling coffee pot, and it drags all the grounds down to the bottom of the pot. But I think I'll leave the egg coffee.
but then you just have
sounds
egg
like
coffee,
breakfast.
I mean, I like eggs.
Do you like coffee with your breakfast, or do you want your breakfast in your coffee?
I like coffee, but I don't want egg flavored coffee.
At this point, you could just chug the beets and tomato in as well, because
just pour everything on toast.
Yeah, you got the baked beans, you got the sausage, you got the coffee,
and just a smoothie in a jetty mug. Breakfast for champions.
Breakfast of champions, indeed. A great book. If you want to segue quickly into book corner, Kurt Vonnegut, Breakfast of Champions. I love that book.
I have not read that.
That rings a bell, though.
It's a fantastic book. It's utterly nonsensical, but it's wonderful.
I have only read Slaughterhouse 5 by him.
Yep, no, that's a good one. Breakfast of Champions is it's a short book. You could read it in a day, but it's great.
Short books are the best kind of books, in my mind. When I was younger, I thought that everything below 300 pages was a waste. Now I think that everything more than 150 pages is just showing off.
Look at you with all your extra words.
Yeah, then you haven't thought about it enough and boiled it down. It's like poetry. Think about it. You just don't just write and write and write like Neil Stevenson. That someone needs to bloody edit that man. I mean, he's a great writer, but stop.
Yeah,
going off on tangents and making 5 books into one.
I've got 7 Eves on my shelf, and I've not yet managed to bring myself to read it yet. I know I know people have read it, and I know people have loved it.
My wife read it, and she thought it was good, but I mean, we didn't need 30 pages of just describing how bodies move through space.
Yeah.
I mean that's I think every book since Snow Crash has been like that I've read of it.
I agree, usually, because I have the ability to vision stuff, so I don't need 20 pages describing how a leaf looks. Because if you say leaves to me, I can picture it. That being said, though, I'm doing an escape from reality. Some would say I'm doing that all the time, permanently. That I'm never even there. But
those
anyhow,
mushrooms you found in the forest.
Yes, exactly. And I am at that point again where I'm crashing, and like, God damn it, I want to get off the carousel. And the way I'm doing that is that I went to the bookshelf and I picked out my hardback Lord of the Rings, and I have now read the prequel before the first book, and I've realized that I've gotten a bit older since the last time I read it, so that I'm now also interested in all the appendix in the back, and like I'm reading some, and then I'm looking at the maps, and then I'm reading all the small notes at the bottom, the footnotes, and just like, all right, those are referencing that, and because I'm not reading it to finish it this time. I'm just reading it to escape. So the more time I spend in it, the better. But I did send a message to my wife now to ask if she has Breakfast of Champions, because I also need something that I can finish in between. So we'll see.
I'll put it on the list.
If you want some
No, don't send it to me. It will be in a box for a year. So
I was just going to suggest. Have I talked about M. John Harrison's Kefahuchi tracked series before?
I don't think so.
No.
Light, Nova Swing, and Empty Space. They're 3 science fiction novels, but they're some of the best science fiction I've read in a long, long time.
I have that on my list now that you mentioned. I don't think that you mentioned. I think I saw this somewhere or heard someone, might be you. I don't know. Someone has. So it's on my book list that I have.
Yeah, it's very good. Because I'm just looking at Penguin's website here because I just clicked on a link where it says the Kefahuchi tracked series, and they've only got books 1 and 2, and it says titles in order, so they put book 2 before book 1. It's like, come on! And there's 3 books in this series, and they haven't got it listed here. Side note: now that Penguin and Random House have merged, they've missed a great opportunity to call themselves Random Penguin.
That is a better name, actually.
But no, they've just gone with Penguin Random House, which is just boring.
As Random Penguin House, at least.
Random Penguin House, yeah.
And you can be pretty sure that they have an entire division of PR consultants and social media workers, but no, they couldn't think about that.
I mean, even Random House Penguins is better.
The Random House Penguin.
Random House Penguin. Exactly. That's how you put the emphasis. That's a good name.
Is that a speciality penguin? No, it's just a Random House Penguin.
I want a Random House Penguin. Oh, that will be my next clay project, I think.
That's what the kids say, isn't it? Like, oh, that's so random, but they can't really explain what they mean with it.
Oh, there's a whole thing here about it, but it's behind a bloody paywall. For heaven's sake, I just want a link which has just got all 3 books in it.
It is rather fun to have a book list like I have on my phone that I occasionally I use for whenever Christmas or birthdays and that sort of thing comes around and people want to know what I want. Because I just put stuff there that someone recommends, someone that I trust recommend, or I find it and it looks interesting, but I'm not in the mood or for buying it. So now I just have a list of books that some of them I don't know why I have on that list.
Yeah, I have exactly the same list in my notes app on my phone.
It's really a surprise list of books.
Although I know that I have purchased a copy of Ready Player One. I had it in the house. Mrs. Things has confirmed that yes, we definitely had that book, but it's just gone. It is just gone. We don't know where it is. So I haven't read it yet.
Yeah. Brilliant book, though. It was so good. I was so when I read that book, I understood that they're gonna make a movie out of this, and I knew that I'm never gonna watch that movie, and I never had, because there is no way they could make that movie as good as the book. So, what's the point?
I haven't read the book, but I have seen the movie, and it's fine for a kids movie. I would say it's great for. It's aimed for people. I mean, that's really interesting because it is filled to the brim with nostalgia, but it's made for, I would say, 10 to 15-year-olds. That's the bracket it feels like it's made for when it comes to stakes and everything. So that's a really weird mix. But it was fun to watch it with the kids because then you can explain what the references are.
Yeah. And that's it's the one thing I realized by reading it is that my entire childhood was around computers and gaming, but when I read that book, there's so many references I did not even get, and it just shows that pre-internet you were God given what someone somewhere decided this will be imported into Scandinavia, basically. So there is a
Yeah.
lot of games and culture that just never got here, which is sad. And now we have the problem that the wife doesn't know if we have Breakfast of Champions. She needs to check. And she has the Library of Alexandria scattered about this entire house. So that might take a while.
But no
But
duodecimals
of
instead.
course, I have Breakfast of Champions now for £10. Put in shopping cart on screen. So can I wait until she might most likely find it somewhere in the house, or should I just buy it and get it because that will be quicker?
It's an interesting one. Would you read it in English or would you read it in translation?
I read
Original
it.
language if I know it.
Yeah,
Okay.
English.
Vis-a-vis nothing at all. I'm just interested.
Yeah.
That being said, though, there are some books that are filled with not so common words. So if I have to look up 3 words per page to understand what's trying to be conveyed, then it's annoying. Then I would read the translated one. But usually I can
Maybe
read
Breakfast of
a book.
Champions is not for you.
Okay, God damn it.
No, it definitely is.
I just go with the flow and pretend that I know instead.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I can just skip, I don't know that word, but out of context, I get the sentiment. Then it's okay.
I'm a sloppy reader as it is, so a word here and there doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
Tell that to my English teacher.
Well, yeah, I'm sloppy, especially when it comes to names.
That being said, he was a sloppy teacher as well because he asked us, "Do you want to read Romeo and Juliet, or should we get the movie and VCR cart rolled into here and watch the movie adaptation?" And of course, if you're asking a bunch of teenagers that question, you know the answer. So,
I mean, the obvious thing would go to the theater and see it instead. Then you would get better turned.
I'm going to be in my bonnet about this one. When you study plays in English literature, they're plays. They're meant to be watched, performed. You don't read them. It's
it could be a
reading the
good
script of your
exercise.
favorite movie and thinking, was that a good film? I don't know. I just read the script. I haven't seen the film.
I mean, you have to see it as well. I mean, I would say read it first and then see it, and then you can talk about how stuff worked and how you envision things otherwise and that sort of thing. But just reading it, that's not no purpose.
That's why people get put off of it. It's like, no, it can be really, really good, but yeah, if it's being made to force to read it. No.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Good. So we put paid to the education system, and the fact that we can't get this nice tea anymore.
yeah,
and none of us made anything.
Exactly.
Nothing interesting at this.
Beans on toast and cups of tea. That's what we made.
Kind of.
Well, if I got anything out from this, Hoffman, is hunger.
Gonna have a sandwich.
I want beans and toast and coffee now, but it's way too late for any of those. But
do it in the morning. Breakfast of Champions.
Breakfast of Champions.
I wish, though, I need to go into the office tomorrow, so it's probably not going to be breakfast at all. It's going to be crappy coffee at the office, so it's a bleak outlook.
I would not be friendly doing it like that. I would be kicked out of the office probably, or forced fed a sandwich.
I won't either, but I mean it's work, so
they don't pay you to be nice.
They do not, because that number is considerably higher than what they're currently paying me.
Oh, you want nice?
Add a 0.
I'll bill you separately, freelance rate for that.
I did not remember they putting that into the classifieds when I applied for this job. But this is not in my contract, so.
Sorry, I'm working exactly to the job description, and it's not in there, so you're not getting it.
So did that conclude this week's business then?
I think so.
I think it might have done.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
You have plenty of places you can chop the end off where you like, or keep it like this.
This seems fine to me.